Crankbaiting it can be good in some places year-round, as you know, but I started out fishing around Virginia and North Carolina, in that whole area, James River, Potomac River, a lot of shallow crankbait fishing. And so I feel like there's two things that crankbaits do very well. They can find fish, and then they can catch them. And that is two separate things. And you catch them while you're finding them, but it's a great way to cover water and also to catch fish even right behind people. And this right here, that's what we all want right there. We want to see that crankbait inside that big fish's mouth. That right there is the Spro Baby Fat John 50. It's a little small shallow running plug, real good for tidal rivers and things like that. But that's what we're going to be talking about. Okay, Bill. As I mentioned, shallow cranking is one thing that I really grew up doing a lot of, and my first few years on tour, that was, a big majority of the checks that I got the first year was shallow cranking. Close to 20 years ago, there weren't many good brands of hooks out there. Gamakatsu was when I started out, they were far and away the best, the sharpest hooks out there. And just, so my confidence went through the roof with the Gamakatsu hooks early on because of how sharp they were. I just knew that when I had those hooks on my baits, those fish stayed on there better. They had, got better penetration, got in the fish better, which, I've probably caught, 90-some% of the fish on a treble hook on Gamakatsu treble hooks. So my confidence is still way up there because I know that they work. Just to tell you a quick little story, a number of years ago I was doing a TV show. It was like Classic Patterns. I don't think they even have that show anymore. I did one of those up on the Potomac River in the fall, and so I was in this one creek, and I'd hit a couple places and didn't catch anything, and then I said maybe they're back here in this back, and so I went to the back of this creek, and in this one bend, I like crankbait fishing, but if you're in this clear water, you're gonna need some help. And what I mean by that is you need either wind, or you need it to be raining, or you need it to be low light conditions. You need some kind of help in order to catch those fish in the clear water on a crankbait. You need something to be able to kind of break up the clear light that comes through there, so they can't see it as well, and they're going to be more apt to run out there and hit it because they just can't tell exactly what the heck's going on. There's one way for them to find out, and that's to run over there and hit it. But if you have the preference of fishing clear water or stain water is going to be more productive for shallow crankbait fishing in general. Just for that simple fact that when that water starts to get a little stained, I feel like those fish, they get programmed to feeding by vibration and by other senses other than sight. Clear water fish, I feel like they get so programmed in to feeding by sight, I don't think that they're as affected by that lateral line, the vibration. They're not as affected by that. So they need that visual, they're just so visually oriented. But those fish that stay in that stain water more often, or more of the year, they're just more programmed to it. So that shallow crankbait is like kryptonite to them. I mean, they can't stand it. They just love that vibration, and they get really tuned into it. And also in the same breath, by whatever vibration that you're fishing, those fish can get on or off in that stained water. They can get on or off a certain vibration really quick, because like I said, they're programmed to feed by feel and vibration and sound. The colors you're throwing really need to be reaction type colors. You want to match what they're reacting on. If you're fishing a place that has a lot of yellow perch, you're probably going to want something with a little green on it and a lot of orange on the belly. Same thing happens with when they get tuned into crawdads. Having a big orange belly or a lot of orange on it is that accent. I feel like that helps them react to that bait because they have been programmed for, like I said, I talked about they get programmed to the vibration in dirty water. I feel like they also get programmed to keying in on certain colors. And if they get keyed in to eating these orange crawfish, or the crawfish with orange, anytime they see something a little orange, they're going to be tagging it. So if they see a crankbait whizzing by their face and they pick up a little bit of orange on it, they're going to be jumping on it. But I went into this one creek, and I caught 4 or 5 in practice in this one big long pocket. And so I pull back in there in the tournament, and there's a boat on each bank, and they're going towards the back. I said, daggone. So I was like, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and fish it anyway. So I go down through there with I actually was throwing a bait similar to the Little John. It wasn't the Little John, it was pre-Little John existence. So I'm going down through there, fishing, and I looked around, and these boats had just beat it. And man, there was other boats outside of that pocket. Like, man, this area's just gotten beat to a foam. And I don't know what am I going to do? So I go down through there. I fished the whole pocket and never had a bite. And I saw one guy on the other bank caught one. It wasn't very big. It's like, So I was like, well, you know what? Sometimes it works. And this water's pretty dirty. It's 6-8 inches of visibility. Pretty dirty. I said, you know what? Let me pick up some. I saw all these boats in here. So let me downsize a little bit. So I got out a little.
I hope you enjoyed the preview clip. And for more like that and the entire collection, subscribe to the Bass University TV. And if you want the tackle that you see on there, I want you to go to the Bass University Tackle Shop, powered by Tackle Warehouse, and click right here, and it's all at your fingertips.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Glusek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. From on the water to in the classroom, you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best. Subscribe to Bass University TV today.